What's up? It's your girl VRTs, and at first I was going to give you guys 3 things I wish I would have known before becoming full-time as an artist, but then I realized that is not nearly enough information, so instead I'm going to give you 10 things I wish I would have known. So if you are serious about starting your art career, come in, sit down, grab a pen, and take some notes. And let's get into it. Number 1, is this a business or a hobby? You need to get clear. Before you do anything, ask yourself, do I want to create for fun or do I want to make this a full-time career? There's no wrong answer, but there is a big difference. If you're doing this as a hobby, there's no pressure, okay? There's no financial dependency, and you get to create just for fun and the enjoyment out of it. But if you want to turn it into a business, you need to learn about sales, marketing, taxes, consistency, strategy, etc., etc., etc. And you need to understand that you are running a business. You need to treat it like it, okay? All right. Number 2, do not quit your day job yet. Passion alone isn't going to pay the bills, at least not immediately. So the best move is to find a job that is going to pay your bills and help you grow your business, that doesn't drain your creativity and teaches you valuable business skills. And there's so many different jobs. For example, if you get a job in marketing and design and retail and customer service, all of these things can help you. But even if it's not in the creative field, financial stability will give you the freedom you need to create without desperation. And let me tell you, my friend, you're gonna need that, okay? You're gonna need that stability. So, yeah. Number 3, you are the brand, not just your art. People do not just buy the art. People buy into the artist, okay? If all your posts are about artwork and I'm scrolling through, let me tell you, you are going to blend in. But when you start to share your journey, your struggles, and your why, people start to connect with you. Because at the end of the day, when you share your process, you start to show your personality and who you are. And people build into a story, and people buy into who that person is telling, the person who's telling the story. So the more you start to share who you are, the more people are going to want to start to follow you, because your art is what you do, right? But you are the reason why people will invest. Number 4, build a community, not just a following. If you are chasing after followers, and if you think that if I gain X, Y, and Z amount of followers, then I'm going to make more sales, let me just tell you, you are focused on the wrong things, like I was. Because I thought if I kept posting and kept growing my social media platforms, then my friend, the sales would come in. But then I realized that you need people who actually care about you and not just the skills that you possess. And those people need to be willing to financially support your work and you as an artist. And they need to be willing to advocate for your art, which is why engagement is so much better than numbers. Because I rather have 100, 200, 300, whatever amount of followers and supporters who are actually caring about who I am as an individual and what I'm talking about, opposed to having 100,000 people who are just following me just for the mere fact that I am entertaining them at the end of the day. Okay, so let's build a community, not just a following. You can start today. Number 5, content is king, but that girl marketing is queen. Posting your art isn't enough. You need to know how to sell it. Learn social media marketing. Why do people stop engage? Learn mastering email marketing, because at the end of the day, these social media platforms can shut down, but the emails that you gather are yours. And it is actually a direct access, as though you have that person's phone number, because they literally get all of their emails directly to their phone. You get direct access to your community. So it's important that you learn how to email market towards them. And lastly, use storytelling to your advantage, okay? How does your art emotionally connect with buyers? If you don't understand that, then you're not going to understand how to actually get them to buy your artwork, because your content, it helps build the interest, but your marketing is what is going to turn that interest to income. Number 6, selling online alone isn't enough. I learned this the hard way. Relying only on Instagram, on Etsy, on TikTok, on Facebook, etc. There's so many, Redbubble, there's so many platforms. If you are just going to be reliant on these platforms alone, it is going to limit your reach, because the best sales actually happen in person. So you need to understand that if you show up in person, then potentially you can actually meet your buyer directly. And the places that you can show up are at art fairs, pop-up shows, galleries, local business collaborations, because at the end of the day, face-to-face interactions are what build trust. And your online presence is powerful because it does help build that, those credentials. But real world connections convert to sales. So figure out ways that you're going to show up in person and go out there, okay? Meet your people. Number 7, diversify your income streams immediately. Because selling originals is great and all. We love when we sell an original. This is what we created from our hearts. But it shouldn't be your only source of income. Not at all. There are so many different ways that you can make money as an artist. Some quick examples would be selling art prints, selling merch. But we can go even further than that. Let's think about some active ways, like teaching workshops, licensing your artwork, doing commissions. The reason why I'm saying this is because you need to have active and passive income streams to keep your income stable. You cannot just rely on just one source of income, because you, my friend, are going to potentially be struggling, because there's no way to garner consistency out of selling just originals, unless that's your business plan and that's your only focus. But I highly encourage you not to do that. And if you want to learn about several different ways that you can sell and make money online as an artist, and not just selling your originals, let me know in the comments below, and we can dive deeper into that conversation in another video. Number 8. If it's not working, you need to pivot. If something isn't selling, don't take it personally. I'm talking to myself. You need to be willing to adjust. You may have to improve your artwork and help it stand out some more. You may need to improve your storytelling capabilities or your marketing, and making sure that you're reaching your right audience, because maybe you're not. Maybe you need to improve your messaging. Okay, what are you even talking about? Because you need to make sure that your brand story is clear. At the end of the day, artists evolve. Okay, the world is always growing. Artists are supposed to evolve. And if you're not willing to pivot and grow, you will stay stuck. And you do not want that. So if it's not working, stop trying to force it. Pivot into new industries, like I mentioned earlier. Number 9, treat your art like a business because it is. If you want to make real money, you need to run things professionally. You need to register your business legally with your state. You need to separate the business and personal finances. Open up that business bank account, all right? You need to track your expenses. You need to pay your taxes. You need to use contracts to appropriately navigate commissions because you do not know what will happen. You need to hire help, especially if you start to bring in the resources and the funds to do so. Or don't be hesitant to get help for free. There are so many places that want to help and support small businesses, and you need to utilize those tools in order to grow effectively, because a strong foundation is the key to long-term success, period. Number 10, lower your expectations, but stay consistent. The hardest truth is that success takes time. One viral post isn't going to make you rich. One art fair isn't going to sell out your art to the point that you don't have to pay bills anymore. It's all just raining from that one opportunity. And one month of posting isn't going to build your career. But you need to stay persistent, you need to stay patient, and you need to stay consistent, and your people will eventually find you only if you keep going. The reality of being an artist and pursuing this full time is that it's not just about talent. It takes strategy. It takes patience. It takes resiliency. But if you're willing to learn, adapt, and stay consistent, my friend, you can make it. There's so many artists today who are making a full-time income off of their art alone. But you need to realize that there's so many things that you need to implement now in order for that to become you. So now that you know about these 10 things, you are already ahead of me when I was there doing the same thing as you. You're already ahead of me. So tomorrow, we're going to talk about why being an artist feels so lonely and how you can find your people. All right. So if you ever felt alone, let me know. Because you're not alone. You're not the only one. It can get very lonely when you're in here creating artwork and you built this whole orbit around yourself. But in my next video, I am going to talk about why this is important to start to build a community outside of the digital space, what I'm going to start doing. I may not be implementing them immediately, but I'm going to start because it's so important as an artist to surround ourselves around people who care about what we're doing. So meet me here tomorrow because I'm going to talk about what I'm doing and why you should probably start doing it too. All right. So see you tomorrow. I can't wait to read you guys' comments. All right. Okay. Bye.